Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. In this week's Parsha, Parshas Vigash, there is a tremendous lesson to connect a Yid to the Beis HaMikdash. We know that in the beginning of the Parsha, when Yosef introduces himself or reveals himself to his brothers, then there's a pasuk that says, Vayipol al Tzavrei Binyamin Achiv, Yosef fell upon his brother Binyamin's neck, and Vayef, and he cries. He cried. Binyamin bacha al tzavarav, and Binyamin also cried on the neck of Yosef. And Rashi explains what's going on. So Rashi says, what do they cry about? Yosef cries on Binyamin's neck, al shnei mikdashay sa'asidim liyos bechelkel shel Binyamin, because eventually down the line, generations later, in the real estate, in the land of Binyamin, that's where the Beis HaMikdash were, v'soifim licharev, and they eventually are destroyed. So that's why Yosef is crying. Uvinyamin bacha al tzavarav, and Binyamin cries on the neck of Yosef, because Rashi says al Mishkan Shiloi. That's the land of the Mishkan Shiloi was on the land of Yosef. Sha'asid liyos bechelkei she Yosef. And it's eventually Rahman al-Islam going to be destroyed. And the Rebbe has this famous sikha: if each one has a Beis HaMikdash or a Mishkan in his territory that gets destroyed, why is he crying about the other person on the other person's shoulder, other person's neck? Cry about the disaster that's in your land. And the Rebbe says a tremendous lesson. You could only cry about something you can't help. When you know something's happening to your friend and you can't help him, at least give him feeling, give him emotion that you care about him. But a disaster that's happening in your territory, there is no time to cry. In your territory, you have to try to stop it. It's in your hands to try to stop it. Crying is not for something that's in your land. That's the lashon that the Rebbe says. Now, it's beautiful, and they're always thinking in advance. And we see this later too, that when Yaakov sees Yosef, he also stops and focuses and meditates at a moment and says Shema. It is interesting that the next lesson you find is that a Yid always, even at the peak of Simcha, right now he sees his brother for the first time for over 20 years. But even at the peak of Simcha, you always think ahead. What's the future about? A Yid does not live just for the moment. A Yid lives with his actions affecting the future. But there is another diuk that you might make, and that is, what's the significance of falling on his neck? It doesn't say on his shoulders, it says on his neck. Somehow the tzavar, the neck, is referring to the Beis HaMikdash. In what way is the tzavar Beis HaMikdash? So some Mefarshim say, it's actually the Rabbeinu Bechaya says, because the neck is the tallest, the highest part of the body, so the Beis HaMikdash is on the highest part of the world, on the Har HaMoriah. So that's why he makes reference to Beis HaMikdash and that tzavar. Well, perhaps there's even a deeper lesson. Where are the most important vital organs, the simanim of a person that, if God forbid it's cut, is Rahman al-Islam, he cannot survive? We know that tzavar, the neck, houses the simanim, the windpipe, the kana, and the veshet, and that a person needs to survive. It's a most important organ, a most important place of the body to protect from his life. So the lesson is, a Yid with the Beis HaMikdash is just like a tzavar. A Yid without a Beis HaMikdash, either Rahman al-Islam, we are in Golus now, we don't have a Beis HaMikdash, but at least your focus, your desire is, I have to be connected to the Beis HaMikdash in whatever way you're able to be today connected to the Beis HaMikdash. Because without a Beis HaMikdash, our simanim, our vital organs, are disconnected, chas v'shalom. And that's the connection between every Yid and the Beis HaMikdash, and that's why he makes reference to it as a tzavar, as a neck.